Jane. Tell me a little bit about, I guess, your upbringing and how your family's tradition and faith have instilled in you the traits of, I guess, social justice and the work ethic that you display in your everyday life.
Look, I think, grow up as one of 4 children in Port Augusta, and my father worked at the Electricity Trust of South Australia, and my mum stayed home to raise sort of for 7 years what was 3 children and then became 4. So we didn't necessarily have a lot of money, and I think my mum and my dad worked hard to make sure that they could give us all a good education. I remember many days at the end of the fortnight taking a wheat bix with Vegemite for lunch, which was fine. I mean, that's what you did, and but we didn't really ever miss out on anything that I certainly felt as I was growing up. I also had the opportunity to go and stay with my grandparents, who had a mobile service station in Hawke in the Flinders Ranges. So every holidays from about the age of 12, I used to go and work up there. So it sort of really, I guess, developed a level of independence in me, and certainly seeing my grandfather and his work ethic, which was 7 days a week, and he'd done many jobs in his life, and sort of hearing the stories of, he was brought up by a single mother, so hearing the stories and the struggles that he had gone through, to then go on and raise his family, and I guess that rubs off on you and certainly has an impact. I think growing up and going to Carruthers College as well instilled certain values in you, and I think that is probably where I do have a strong sense of fairness and equity, and try and bring that to bear in the things that I do, whether it be at work or personally. So all of those have had a big impact. In Port Augusta, it was also an environment where you played sport a lot. So I think sport was 7 days a week for me, and in that community environment, and seeing how people contributed, as well as I guess once again that independence. So we used to walk to sport, and either walk or ride the bike. And you sort of went off and did that, because with 4 children, mum couldn't necessarily be, and dad couldn't be, sort of in all places at all times. So I was very comfortable to sort of just go off and do that myself. And I guess that did instill a real sense of independence, and I guess underlying that was also a belief that I could do and be anything that I wanted to be. So
It's good. Thank you. It's really good.